Today we are going to be learning how to make these kinds of doors that swing open in the Doom engine. They're very common in Hedon, but you can do doors like this in any Doom game. And this one here is one that I've made earlier, and I'm going to be making another one in this gap here to demonstrate how they are made. Here we are in Ultimate Doom Builder. First of all, I'm going to make this little area a bit more suitable for a door. It's going to bring down the ceiling a bit. So we're going to make the door frame first. Let's put some rock texture on here. In fact, we're going to look at the texture that we plan to use for the door and see how large it is. So I'm going to type door. Okay, I think we're going to use this one here. 60 by 76. So I'm going to remember that. 60 wide by 76 high. Let's make a door frame. So we're going to make a line that's 60 to begin with. And it's going to be 8 wide. It's about the right width for a door frame. And we're going to have some 8 by 8 vertical pillars at either side, the sort of actual door frame itself. I'm going to delete those because they're solid. I'm going to bring the wall in here. And delete these little lines we don't need. Now, let's put some texture on here. I'm going to write wood, W-O. We want the vertical wood here. Just copy that and paste it there. And then here we want the horizontal wood. This one. I'm going to put that there and there. Okay. So our door was, hold on a second, the door was how tall? 76 tall. Okay. So we want to make this gap here 76 units tall. And if you look in the bottom left, you can see how tall it is, height. So we want 76. I'm going to scroll this up to 76. So that should be the right height. Let's bring this down so that it's nice and looks about right. Now here we are in game. We can have a look at the door frame, see if it looks all right. It looks good. Very good start. Now let's build a door inside it. So these kind of doors are made out of something in the Doom engine which we call a poly object. These were introduced in Hedon, which came out in 1995. I'm just going to flip these lines so the little tag points outwards. That'll be important for later. And they're a bit janky, unfortunately. So the trick I like to do is to copy and paste the sector that I'm going to build the door in off to the side. The reason for this is you need to make a sector off the side here to build your door in. And if I copy and paste this exact sector off and it's got the right size, then the height of the ceiling and floor of this sector is going to be exactly what I need it to be, which is really important later, and just make sure that it's right. So I need to make a border around this. It doesn't matter how large it is. Something like this is fine. And then this is going to be our door. I'm going to move it in 1 pixel. It's going to be a 6 pixel wide door to fit into the 8 pixel wide door frame. This is about right. And I'm going to flip these lines so the little tags point outward. Right, now let's put the textures on the door. So on this side, door. So we were going to have this one. I think let's have this one, and I'm actually going to scale it -1 on the x-axis, I think. Okay, and then on this one, it's going to be the opposite side, the one with the hinge. The reason I'm doing it -1 is because the other door that I made earlier was the other way around. So this one's going to go clockwise, the other one's going to go anti-clockwise. That way I can have an example of both. Okay, so let's have a little look at our door. Here it is so far. obviously needs edges on it. Oh, hold on, have I done them on the wrong sides? Yeah, sorry, that's on the back. This was meant to be on the front. That goes on the front, door 2. That's on there. Okay, let's do these little bits as well. So they're these edge textures. Let's just use door L for now. I'm not sure exactly which one's the right one. Okay. Here's our door. All right, this is where the hinges need to be. So let's put the hinges on this side. There they are. And let's just use the arrow keys to move the hinges into a more suitable place. All right, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so we need to make a thing. So hold on, where's the hinge? So the hinge is there. Okay, this corner. We're going to make a thing here, and it's going to be a polyobject anchor. It's going to be this. And now polyobjects, I mentioned they're a bit rough, they're a bit scuffed. So you have to store the polyobject index in the angle. So the previous store, the one I made earlier, was angle 0. This one's going to be angle 1. And you can use the numbers all the way from 0 up to 359, which limits you, in fact, to 360 such doors in a single Doom map, which is enough. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's a bit weird. It's obviously a hack that they used this data channel to get the information round, but it is what it is. So right here is going to be the other one. This one's going to be the polyobject start spot, and again, this needs the same angle, angle 1. These have to match up, the two of them, and we see this red line between them to indicate that they're correctly linked. We see the same thing down here with my one that I made earlier. That is linked there. They just, oh, they were supposed to, I wanted to make it so it would hinge the other way, and I guess I've made it hinge the same way somehow. I'll sort that out later. Okay, now the actual lines here, we need to change some properties. So in the properties here, we need them to be impassable, block everything. Obviously the door's got to be solid. And then down here in the actions, we go in here, we type poly, and we were looking for poly object explicit line. That's what we want. This tells the engine that this is going to be a poly object, and in poly object number, we put 1. This is the angle of the anchors that we just set up. This has to match that number. Okay. And one other thing that I just missed, 1 second, is that the rendering order needs to be set to 1 if we actually want it to render. Here we are in game. That's the one I made earlier. That opens, and here's the new one. I can't open it yet because I haven't programmed that, but here it is. We see it. It fits into the square. Very nice. Now we need to program it. So we're going to select both these lines, and we're going to set the action. We're going to type poly in here, and we're going to look for poly object door swing. Okay. Now we want it to be a repeatable action when the player presses use. So the player can press use and open the door. You can also put when monsters, when a monster bumps or walks over, so a monster can try and open the door. The poly object number is 1. This is the same number we have on the angles on these anchors. That's how it matches up. Movement speed 16 fast counterclockwise, so this will go counterclockwise. That should be the correct direction. And 64 is about what I think we normally use in the movement angle. And this is a standard delay of 3 seconds, which is used in Hedon, and this is just standard. Okay, and this should work now. Here we are in game. That's the one I made earlier. Works. Here's the new one. Ah, it works, but it has no sound. I forgot the sound. But it's solid. I can open it. and everything else is working. So I'll just quickly show you how to put sound on it. So on these lines, let's select them again. There is a sound number option here. Now, 19 is the wooden door sound. That's what we're going to use. There's also 20, which is the metal gate for a metal door kind of sound. I guess these are head-on sound indexes, so they'll be different in Doom. I don't know if there are any other suitable door noises, but those are the two that I know about, 19 and 20. So once more with feeling, that's the one we made earlier, and this is the one we just made. There we go. Nice sound of the door. Okay, I think I'll probably show you how to make a key-locked one now, quickly. First of all, let's make a gap for it. Let's just quickly sketch out similar to what I had before for the other one. Make a big another room. Our new door can be in here. Let's see the power of copy and paste. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to copy and paste all of these sectors up here like this, and then join these up. Delete these bits. This is going to mess up some of the textures, I guess. Yeah, let's just quickly put the stone textures in here, and grab some wood textures from over here. Okay, looking good. Alright, so this is our new one. Let's... I didn't copy and paste the little guys. That's okay, I need to make new ones anyway. So here we go. This one is the start spot, and it's going to be angle 2. We're going to be on the next one. And over here, we put the other one. This one is the anchor, angle 2. Very good. Now we need to update these lines to be polyadjust number 2. Okay, and those are obviously going to need different actions on those lines. But first of all, let's change the texture to be one that's got the key symbol on it. So here, let's see what we've got available. There's these ones. They're the wrong size, 60. Yeah, these ones are the right size. Let's have the iron key, this one. Okay, and that's the wrong way around, so mid-scale -1. Oh, this is why this didn't work. Okay, mid-scale -1. I'll put that on both sides. Okay, and that's fine. That'll do. Now it's time to sort these lines out here. We're going to need to set this to script execute, which is 80. We need to run a script because we need to check for a key. This is going to be script number 2 because I already made a script earlier for the door I made earlier. So this script is going to run every time the player tries to open the door. This is the script for the door I made earlier. It's perfectly valid to do it this way. You don't have to, yeah, it's just does exactly the same thing as the one I showed just now. We're just calling a script which runs that same function with the same sorts of parameters. So this is now script 2 is going to be. And it's going to be pretty similar, but we are going to check to see whether we have the iron key. By the way, you need this at the top. You need #include space quotes zcommon.acs quotes. You can find this anywhere and copy it in. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is an if, and we're going to do check inventory. There's an autocomplete that helps you make sure you've typed the right thing. And then we write a string in inverted commas, and we want the iron key. This is what we're looking for. Now, you've got to be careful you write the exact right string in here with the exact right capitalization, and I'll just quickly show you how you know you've typed the right thing. Here's our iron key. We can look at it, and we see it is called iron key down here. This is the exact string here that you need to type in. for whichever key you want to use. Okay, so if we have the iron key, we can open the door. Otherwise, we don't. Let's do the otherwise first. So if we have the iron key, we'll execute this bit of code, which I'll just put it in first. So it's the same as this, right? It's poly object door swing, only the ID of the door is 2. Speed is 16 anti-clockwise. If you want clockwise, you put negative in here. And then that's the angle by which it will open and the duration before it will close again. These are the same numbers as we had for the door we just did. And then else, okay, so we want to print a message saying that we can't open the door because we don't have the key. So we write print and then S colon and then the string we want to write S for string. This is just the syntax. And we write something like this door requires an iron key to open. I think that's more or less what they write in Hedon. I'm not sure if that should be capitalized. I'm capitalizing it now. Whatever. And we want to play a sound. Play sound. This is on channel 0, just the main channel. Let's see, interaction / locked. This is the come on, man. This is the sound effect that we want to play, I think. So this should work. Nope, I've got a chain auto individual. Channel auto. My mistake. Chan auto. Okay. Alright, let's try it. Here we are. Door number 1. It's fine. Door number 2. It's fine. Now we're not going to pick the key up. It still requires an iron key. The sound effect doesn't work for some reason. Let's pick up the iron key. And now we can open it. Looks good. The door handle's even on the right side. Look at that. Right first time. Okay, let's see why the sound doesn't work. By the way, if it wasn't clear, this button here with the little red dot on the piece of paper is how you get to the script. And anyway, yeah, I've misspelled interaction. I've got interaction. I need. There we go. Hopefully that should work now. Door number 1 works well. Door number 2, very good. Door number 3, nice sound effect. Need the iron key. Pick it up. We go back. Door opens. Imagine that. Perfect.